Dr. Alex, I think most everyone that accepted is here. We might have a few more sign in if you want to go ahead and introduce Jesse.
Well, good morning, everyone. Everyone hear me okay? So today, got some feedback here. Today, we're going to be, we've invited Jesse Chaffin to talk to us today about one of the focus areas that we want to spend a little bit more time on, and that's the well-being focus area under CLEAR. So I've asked Jesse to join us today and share with us the resources that have been developed over the last few years. And so I just want to introduce Jesse Chaffin. He oversees the Department of Wellness at OSU, Center for Health Sciences, and he's been a part of our institution for 7 years. Throughout his time here, he's had the opportunity to start and grow the Department of Wellness at OSU-CHS from the ground up. In the initial stages of being the only employee of the department and to where he is today, the Department of Wellness has 3 full-time employees dedicated to large-scale program implementation. They have 4 counselors, 3 contracted employees for group fitness and personal training, 3 student workers, and 8 student volunteers to run the Student Wellness Council and the associated task forces. So now with the university in a great place, this department is looking to expand and to support our residency training programs. And so with that, I will turn it over to Mr. Jesse Chaffin.
Awesome. Thanks, Dr. Alex. Just so you guys can see my face, just make sure and wave a little here. As Dr. Alex said, my name is Jesse Chaffin, and I help run the Department of Wellness over here at OSU-CHS, and also trying to provide more programming for those offsite locations as well. I'll go ahead and share my screen so you guys can see the presentation that we have for today. So we're going to go over a few different things, and I think a lot of people are kind of in the same situation with just not knowing what's all available to our residents. So we're going to go through, we're going to talk about some trainings that we have and that we offer as a department. We also have an online platform full of self-help tools, and we also offer counseling services, and then we also have multiple different resources that are available through our department. Oh, and completely sorry, forgot one housekeeping tip. If at all possible, can you, in the chat room or in the chat box, go ahead and write down that you're here for attendance purposes. And if you're attending with a large group of residents or a large group of other folks, can you go ahead and write their names down as well? That'll help us on the back end keep track of who attended and who didn't. So thank you guys. So we'll go ahead and get into, sorry, we'll go ahead and get into some of these trainings that we have. So as you can see, we offer mental health first aid, QPR, Talk Saves Lives, and Cognito. Those 4 are mainly dedicated to mental health or suicide prevention and suicide awareness. The last 2 are more overall broad wellness type trainings that can be focused on anything such as time commitments, healthy eating, physical activity, different things of that nature. And then wellness innovators are something that is a little more detailed, to where we're essentially training people on the skill set of how to offer wellness programs to their department, how to develop those kind of on their own with support from us. So we'll get into some of these a little more detail. Mental health first aid, it's just a basic overview of education on mental health issues. It helps teach you how to recognize signs and symptoms on certain individuals, and then ultimately just try to be there to help someone, how you can offer that person resources or services, and how to point them in the right direction to get help. That is an extensive training process. It's a full 8-hour dedication. Usually it's from 8 to 5 with a working lunch. Sometimes you get a lunch break depending on how the training is going. That can be offered either virtual or in person, depending on your room setup. Next, we have QPR. QPR is basically, think of CPR to help save someone's life. QPR is the same thing from a suicidal crisis standpoint. It teaches you how to ask the question. So ask someone if they are feeling suicidal. And then the second step is to, of course, persuade that person not to take their life. And then, of course, the last one is just try and find ways to get that person to help. And you learn specific resources in your community. You learn specific resources at the institution. Our goal with that training is to get that person that may be struggling some help and save a life. So that is a 1-hour commitment. That can also be done virtually or in person as well. And I will say, in the past, so we've offered mental health first aid for a number of years now. Same thing with QPR. I have some numbers right here. We've had over 700 people trained in QPR at OSU Center for Health Sciences or associated sites with us. And then also we've had almost over 250 people trained in mental health first aid. So these are really big commitments, but at the same time, we're doing this to help support those people whenever they need us the most. Next, we have Talk Saves Lives. Now, Talk Saves Lives and QPR are essentially the same thing. It's teaching you how to intervene with someone that's going through a suicidal crisis. They just address the issue a little bit differently. So taking both of them are completely fine. I actually encourage it because you get a little bit more exposed to the education and the skill set on how to intervene with someone and have a successful encounter with someone. We just had our first training, I think, last month, and we're currently working on getting our counselors trained to facilitate Talk Saves Lives and also QPR. Right now, we just work with external vendors to offer those sort of trainings. So they are currently available, but in the future, they will be done in-house. Next, we have Cognito, which this comes to fruition from a partnership with Oklahoma Department of Mental Health. And what they've done is made this system available for everyone. It's an online format, completely virtual. You access it on your own whenever you want. And it puts you through a simulated experience to intervene with someone. And then they actually grade you on how you choose your answers depending on each given situation. So it's tied to suicide prevention and also other mental health situations. And again, the ultimate goal is just to find better ways to offer supportive help and resources to that individual. Now we're going to get into our wellness workshops. This is where these are all run from our employee wellness coordinator. Her name is Kelsey Ashwood. And these are just the ones that you see on the screen that we have currently available. So you see Beyond Physical, which is just talking about workout routine, talking about the benefits of resistance training and physical activity. The next is getting the most out of your day. So it's talking about those time constraints that I think we're all subject to, and how to work on those time management skills to where that free time that you do actually have, you take the most benefit out of those. And then nutrition, making food work for you, talking about different skills that you can get for on-the-go lifestyles, and then unplugging to recharge. So we talk about screen time, and we talk about these wonderful devices that all of us have now and how they're attached to our hip 24/7, and how we can maybe put those down every once in a while to help live a healthier lifestyle. Now, these are great for in-service style training, so anyone can request these. The link in the request form is on our website, which I'll show you here in a little bit. They can be completely customizable. So just because you see these 4 on the screen, those are just ones that we have pre-made and pre-recorded, and those are ready to go at any time. You can request a custom workshop through our request form, to where if you want something specific to your department, feel free to ask us and we can develop a presentation for you. And that's anywhere between 15 minutes. So if you just have a short break in time in your didactic sessions, or if you're wanting us to fill a complete hour, we can do that as well. And again, as you see, virtual or in person. And last, we have the Wellness Innovator training. Wellness Innovators are essentially little pockets of people in different departments that we have had the opportunity to train on how to develop and how to share resources, and how to communicate from a wellness standpoint. So these people are trained by us, and what we do is put them through and give them a very brief overview of how to assess your department and assess what may be needed within your department, and then also how to provide those services, or how to connect your department with services that we currently offer as a Department of Wellness. Anyone can be an innovator. What we're trying to do is separate this platform to where we have trainings specifically to residency program coordinators or directors, or even wellness champions. That way, one, you get a little bit more detailed description of exactly what programs we have available for everyone. But then two, how can we share this information? Because I know everyone's probably like me, and it's really difficult with all of the emails we get on a daily basis to check every single one. So there's so many things that we could possibly be missing. But if we plant one of those seeds in each program or in each department, then that person can share the information via word of mouth or just a simple text. I think I actually skipped a screen here. Okay. That's done in person. We try to get everybody on the same page in person, see everybody face to face. That way we can not only just build those relationships, but to have everyone exposed to everybody, because at the end of the day, all of our innovators are put into a communication group. That way you can share what's working for you, what may not be working, how we can develop maybe program versus program challenges, because who doesn't like a little bit of friendly competition, right? So we try to do that in person to help build those relationships as well. So our self-help tools, this is off of the training. So we have an online platform called Therapy Assistance Online. Now, this is a new platform to us, and it is actually really, really cool. Anyone can access it. Any of our employees, anyone with an OK State email address, or any one of our additional sites in the consortium, as long as you use your email address that's associated with your site that you've been given to, whether it be give it to Leslie or give it to Brenda, those are the emails that have been plugged into the system for access. If you have issues trying to get a hold of, trying to get onto TAL and get signed in, just contact us. Our contact information will be at the end of this presentation, and we'll make sure and get your name and get your email address added to that. Essentially what it is just it's a giant compilation of self-help tools. So let's say I am dealing with something that I may need some help with, and let's say it's specifically focused to self-doubt. I can access a self-help tool on there, and it'll push me through an online module to give me a little bit more education on self-doubt and how I can work my way out of that situation. Another example might be, let's say I'm just feeling down and need some positive vibes. I can go on here and look up specific trainings that I'm interested in to kind of bring my mood up, focused on positive psychology or not feeling so down. Like all of those are in there and it's completely searchable. And I'll show you that in a minute as well. Trying to think anything else self-help with this. Oh, another really cool option with this is TAO has the ability to sync up with our campus counselors. And what they can do is extend their reach a little bit when it comes to terms with counseling services. So if I'm a counselor and one of my clients or one of my patients could really benefit from a mindfulness activity, I can assign that person that activity and monitor their progress along the way. Now, if you're just simply accessing the self-help tools, it's completely anonymous. All I see is just a number of how many people are assigned or how many people have registered with TAO. I don't see anything as far as individual data, and I can show you that as well towards the end of this. Now, if a counselor assigns something, then they will be able to see the individuals tracking progress or tracking their progress. Now, this is something that we're looking at building upon as well. Dr. Alex and I had a chance to talk about this a little bit earlier. And what we would like to do moving forward eventually, when we get there, again, this is a brand new program, is to have program directors or program coordinators, whoever that person might be one of the, what we would call an admin to the system, to where you can assign specific modules to your residents, to where if you feel that they may benefit on certain things, you can assign those self-help modules to them and track their progress as well. And again, that's still a work in progress, so don't see anything coming very soon, but that's something that we're working on. And then of course, counseling services. This is open to everyone, all of our residents that we have. OSU-MC, OSU-CHS, OMICO, these services are offered in person or virtual and available to you, both through the university and through Guidance Resources. So Guidance Resources is, again, another online platform that's really cool. If you call that number and tell them that you are a resident associated with Oklahoma State University, that you would like to get in touch with a counselor in your area, what they can do is refer you to a place specific to your geographic location. So for whatever reason, let's say I wanted to take a vacation to Alaska. I've never been there, but that seems pretty cool. Let's say I take a vacation to Alaska and I'm walking out of my hotel room and stub my toe on the door walking out, and it's really just messing up my day and I want to talk to somebody about it. I can call this service, get in touch with a counselor in my geographic location at that time, and get counseling services. Now, as a resident, you get up to 10 free per year, per incident. So if you're dealing with marital problems this year and you want your 10 free sessions, you call this number, tell them you want to deal with a counselor in your area, you get 10 free sessions for marital services. Then let's say you are dealing with grief, you're dealing with the loss of someone. You call the service again, tell them what you're dealing with. And again, 10 free sessions per incident per year. In addition to the counseling services with Guidance Resources, they also have a host of online education modules, articles, other different services. They have financial advice, legal advice, all kinds of cool things on the Guidance Resources webpage as well. And it's completely free to everyone to use too. So additional resources, this is something that's fairly new too. We're, I think, a year in, actually we're about 2 years into the wellness support team. This is a group of 3 individuals here at the university, here at CHS, that essentially act on given referrals. So let's say you wanted to refer a person, whether that's a peer, a colleague, or one of the medical students that are on rotation with you, whoever it might be, you can make a referral with this form down here on the bottom. And it's completely anonymous to where you don't have to be involved in the process whatsoever. And you can refer that person to the wellness support team, and they provide help to that individual. They reach out, they follow up and try and dig in a little bit deeper, see what's going on, and see how they can provide some resources that we have and try and provide help, because that's ultimately our goal, is to try and find better ways to support not only our residents, but also faculty members involved, medical students, staff, faculty, everyone at our university and our additional external sites. The three individuals on this wellness support team is one, Dr. Kelly Dunn with the Department of Psychiatry, Angela Bacon, which is the Assistant Dean of Student Life, and then Dr. Carrie Gilstrap, and she is the Director or Assistant Dean, I can't remember, of Academic Success. And again, their job is not to do anything punitive. Their job is to help support that individual in their time of need. Next, we have, again, this is just all of the different things that our department has to offer, and there's more that's not listed here. So we have tons of opportunities for campus recreation, whether that's fitness. We offer personal training, both in-person and virtual. We have in-person and virtual group fitness classes. We're currently working on turning our fitness studio into a Zoom room, to where we'll have that shared system-wide, to where everyone will be able to access that live virtually. We have intramural sports. Again, we do this virtual and in person. Some of our virtual options may be a 5K race, to where you keep track of it on your activity tracker, or we may do online gaming. I know there's a lot of people interested in doing, whether that's Madden or any of the other games that are available. Something that's brand new that we're working on still is fitness on the go. So we just hired a coordinator of campus recreation, and her job is essentially to find better ways to increase physical activity for all of us. And something she's focusing on is this fitness on the go. It's where any department or any program can specifically request to have a fitness class for them. Now, again, if you're in the Tulsa area, we can come to your site. Or if you don't have the availability, then we can also offer those services virtually through our fitness studio as well. Outdoor adventure, so getting together for different nature hikes, kayaking trips. We have a program coming up this weekend to where it's an outdoor photography clinic to give you a little bit of skills, of course, on hiking, but then too, how to take better pictures with your cell phone. We have virtual cooking demonstrations available. And then, of course, we have certified healthy department, to where that's available to anyone in our system, on campus or off. And it's just, think of it as a way to measure how your department or how your program is doing. And then you get those results back, and we get the results as well, to where if we notice some other department struggling, we can reach out, provide services on where you may need some additional help. Now, before I get into some of this other stuff, I really want to talk, we have something that's available to everyone within our system, families included. We rented out the Admiral Twin Drive-In for you and your families. We're watching Jumanji, the new one with Kevin Hart and The Rock. And again, this is available to you. That happens on March 30th. The gates open at 7 p.m. and the movie starts at 8. You do have to register for that. I'll make sure and get an email out to Lisa to make sure everyone has access to that registration process, just so we can get a head count, so we know what to tell the concessions on what to expect as far as population goes. Before I get into the questions, I do want to share something. I want to show you our website. So this is our website. Everything that I talked about today can be found right here. We're currently working on a mental health initiative called Let's Talk About It, but I'm going to skip most of this and go straight to the resident page. Again, here is everything that's available to you. You can access this whenever you want. We have a whole list of all of our mental health resources here. All of our wellness workshops. This is where you'll find that request form right here. This goes directly to us, so we can work with you on getting what you need. Our counseling services, the cooking demonstrations, everything that we have for you is available right here on this website. And What I wanted to show you guys also real quick, let me see if I can get this pulled up. I'll go down to Tau. I wanted to show you just to ease your mind a little bit. I can't see anything. So I'll log into the admin site. This is the admin site. All I can see are total learners. I can't see anything. I can't click on anything to expand it. I don't know anybody that's accessing this program. I just know how many people. Now, what this looks like on the learner end is this right here. Usually you have this little chat box that pops up over here to kind of check your mood. You can also type in here to chat with someone on how to get some help or how to navigate this. At the very top, we have all of our resources for a crisis if you're feeling like you need something right now. And then here, if I want to just type anything, it automatically pops up. Well, I say that, I messed something up. Courses, sorry. You go to courses, you can type in the courses right here for whatever you want to look at. And then just here's all of the different self-help modules that are available. I mean, there are so many. I could scroll here for a while. So those are just some things that are available to you. We're here to help you guys any way we possibly can. We're trying to expand these services in a way that's available to everyone associated with OSU-CHS and OMICO. Does anyone have any questions for me before, let me see, what's else after this? Oh, before we talk about our challenge, any questions about the trainings, the self-help modules, or any of the other things that we discussed just now? Feel free to chime in if you want. All right, we will get into our challenge that we have coming up. Starts April 1st. We're calling it Get to Steppin'. So this is a step challenge, a walking challenge. We've set up program versus program. All you have to do is take your phone and scan that QR code to sign into your team. Or what you can do is I will add, let me get to this email real fast. I will add the hyperlink in the chat section, maybe. If I can get it to pull up. Why is this not working? Oh, here we go. I'm going to add this into the chat section. Maybe. You know what? I'll email it to you all. I can't find, since I'm sharing my screen, I can't find the chat button on here anywhere. So this is just our step challenge. It starts April 1st, goes to April 30th. Why should you participate? We're going to give you free stuff. If you don't want to be physically active, we're going to give you free stuff just by participating. You don't have to win. Just by participating, you're going to be put in a drawing each week. We're going to give away, whether that is a pair of benefit scrubs, or what we're going to do is just some Department of Wellness items that we have, water bottles, t-shirts, so many different things that are just help promote what we're doing here. And two, just gives you a little bit more incentive on getting out and getting active. So here's all of my contact information. That phone number goes directly to my office phone, chs.wellness@okstate.edu. That's our service account. That email comes directly to me for any questions you may have. And then, of course, our website, medicine.okstate.edu/wellness. And again, I'd love to open this up. Any questions or any concerns anyone might have, or if you need any additional information, feel free to chime in now or shoot me a phone call or email, wherever you want. Oh, I found the chat section. I saw something pop up on my screen.
Can you send the presentation to everyone? I think, Lisa, we can coordinate that.
Yes, I will. I will send a video as soon as I get it converted to YouTube to everyone that was invited.
Well, awesome. Thank you, everyone. Again, I hope that we can just continue this relationship and just build upon what we're already doing, and just try and find more ways that we can support every one of you. So thank you guys for your time, and I appreciate you letting me come speak with you guys today.
Thank you, Jesse. Appreciate all these wonderful resources that you've shared with us, and I'm hopeful that that anyone and any program in our consortium will avail themselves to our resources. So great work. Tell your team thank you, and we'll see you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.